Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Online Digital. This podcast is your weekly dose of fandom entertainment and knowledge. We will be interviewing a range of fans from all walks of life. Today and next Tuesday, our guest Omri gives us Online Digital's very first live interview. And in the first installment, he goes on to talk about the popular fighting game, Tekken. So, without further ado, here is part 1 of my interview with Omri. Welcome to Online Digital's first live chat. I'm joined today with the lovely Omri. First, we will go on to talk about the popular fighting game known as Tekken, and then in the second half, we will go in to talk about his other interest, The Sims. So, without further ado, I will introduce you to my guest. Good afternoon, Omri. How's life treating you?
Good afternoon, Rach. I'm good and stuff. Before I start, I'm not a native English speaker, so I'll probably make a lot of mistakes, but you can live with it.
Oh, well, we all make mistakes from time to time. I mean, I go off into a daydream, I forget what's happening, then, it's half an hour later, and I'm wondering what the hell happened.
I used to be that too before there were smartphones and all that. Now I can't daydream, I just pick up my phone.
Yes, and I always going to look in the corner of the room, think a bit, and then what did I do? I always have really bad memory. I mean, obviously, I assume you noticed that while we did some of our text conversations.
Some of our text. We did a lot of text conversations in the past few years.
Past few years, yeah. 4 years, blimey. It's crazy though. It's just picking up my voice. Recorder work. There we go. Oh yeah. I think we'll jump into the first question, shall we?
Shall we? Oh. Of course.
Shall we? So, could you tell us what Tekken is about?
Tekken is a fighting game, so of course it's about fighting.
It's like Street Fighter if anyone's familiar about it.
It's a 3D, third-dimensional fighting game. It's a bit more complicated than some other games because most are two-dimensional, or something in between. It depends. Of course, if you want to know about the story, it revolves around the Mishima family, who all hate each other, of course. And it
interlaps with the Kazuma family as well, doesn't it?
Sorry, I'm a bit sick, so you'll hear me sniff more than usual. So
Totally fine.
It pretty much started with Heihachi Mishima, who threw his son Kazuya into a cliff or something, and all that happened because of this. The rest is history. I can't really start the whole story.
We'll move on to question 2 then. When did you first start playing Tekken, and who was the first? So I'll try that again. I kind of messed up there. When did you first start playing Tekken, and who was your first character that you played? I can't even write.
Okay, I started playing Tekken in Tekken 2. Actually, several years after it came out, because when it came out, I was just 1 year old, so so my uncle gave the game to me because we bought a PlayStation 1, the first PlayStation, and I really liked it, and especially the characters. That's usually what that's usually what I like most about games in general, the characters. So let's just say it felt magical. Yeah? We can say that. Like with the Sims that we'll talk about later. The first character I played was Jun Kazama, which is my favorite since, but she hasn't appeared in a lot of games, sadly, and was replaced by her son Jin, which I don't really like because I find him a bit overrated. But she's back in the last few games, so I'm good with it, I guess.
Interesting. Could you give us a description of your favorite characters in the game and tell us why you like them?
Oh, that is my favorite question, and it's going to be longer than the others, just so you know.
We've got time.
I guess we do. Okay, so actually I have a little list of 10 characters that I really, really like. There are more, but we'll focus on them, and I won't really elaborate on them too much because we want to have time for everything. All of them appeared in Tekken 2, of course, because that's my favorite. So my first favorite is June for her pureness and mysteriousness and all.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so now there's
yeah, we all know about Hannah.
She's higher than her sister Nina, even though I like them both, because she's a bit of the underdog in this relationship. She's even less popular, even though she's a complete fan service character from the right from the first game, when she was just a pile of pixels. Who a pile of pixels
you can
that
clearly see that on YouTube.
Shaked their assets. We'll call it that way. And does it until.
Oh my word!
And does it now even. Her only win pose in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is shaking her assets, so we'll give her credit for that. Next is Sister Nina, which is really badass assassin. She's the only female to appear in all the games, so it's very important of her, I guess. And then there's King, the Masked Warrior. I guess he's my favorite male character, even though I don't play much male characters for some reason. He's the Masked Warrior trying to save his orphanage, which is something that wasn't mentioned for a while in the newer games. I don't know why.
What about Lee?
Wait! He's in there. What?
Oh dear. Carry on.
After that, there's Kazuya Mishima. He's my favorite Mishima because I like this story at first, but now he's just evil. And later there's Michelle Chang. I liked playing her. She's half Native American, half Chinese, but later she gets overshadowed by her daughter Julia for some reason. Then Lee Excellent Chaolan.
Yeah.
Heihachi Mishima.
He's the best though. Carry on.
Heihachi Mishima. He may be evil and selfish, but funny at times. There's Lei Wulong and his faces and quirkiness and all that. And
isn't he a policeman?
he is, but he's a quirky one.
Yeah. So I saw him in the animation.
Yeah. And I am at a minority here, but I think Wang Jinrei is the awesomest old man there is, actually. So it's nice. That's it.
That's it. Okay,
There
sorry.
were 10, and it was pretty long.
Okay, what is your opinions on the Sorry, my God, my tongue. Sorry. What are your opinions on the Tekken spin-offs? For example, the live-action film from 2010, the animated films, which we just briefly talked about, and the comics. Yeah, really.
The spin-offs are okay, I guess. The live action film was terrible, and many would agree. The animated film
Slightly
gave a
confused about
little more information about Jun and Kazuya's relationship, Nina and Anna's past, and more of that stuff. But it's not. It doesn't go completely with the story of the game because it kind of mixes everything up. But it does make you wonder what is the true story of the game itself and what is not from this movie, film, something.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say, when I first watched the film, the live action, I was a bit, oh, this is alright, I can get into this. But then I watched it like the other day and I thought, this does not make any sense at all. I mean, why is Jin such a puppy dog? It doesn't make any sense.
I really hate Jin,
know?
so I agree.
I mean, if Jin is meant to be angry and he hates the devil gene, then why is he such a puppy dog in the live action? Shouldn't he resemble
So he doesn't
the character
for
within the
some
game?
reason. I don't know what they thought.
I mean, also with Kazuya in the live action, he did not look anything like the
He
Kazuya
didn't
in
look at all.
the game.
He has a goatee. He's like
got
Don
beard.
Lotario from
He
The
got-
Sims. I don't know.
Yeah. I couldn't help but laugh at that. I was like, what? What the hell did that go wrong? He don't have a goatee. He looks more angry.
The thing I really
his
don't
hair is
understand
more
about the live action is why is Christy important? Why? She's not an important character. She doesn't have an important story. But there she's like the second protagonist. It doesn't really make any sense.
No, I never really knew anything about this Christine until briefly.
Christy.
Yeah, Christy. That's
Yeah,
the
big-
same thing.
Christy and her very weird fighting clothes that
They don't
somehow
make any sense.
don't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why? I mean, where's something proper? Seriously.
Who knows?
Okay. Oh dear.
Okay, so there's actually there's the Blood Vengeance movies, which is the closest to the story of the game. And it's nice to see the characters how they actually appear in the game because it's the comics are mostly funny from what I've heard, but they're never really canon to the story. Never, ever, never. And I guess the tag tournament games and the crossover, but there's not much to elaborate on them right now, I guess.
If someone is considering on buying Tekken, what few words would you tell this person that they should get it?
First, I'd say, do you like fighting games? And would you like a fighting game that uses more skill than most? And then I'll tell them all about the story and characters, and because that's how obsessed I am.
What you're doing with me at the minute.
That's exactly how obsessed I am. I'll tell them the whole story of all the games.
Yeah. That's how I've noticed. Over the last few months, Tekken. It's been an education.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't play Tekken much I added a Hebrew word for some reason. Never mind. I actually didn't play Tekken for a while until like a year or so ago. And then I remembered how much I like this game and I became obsessed with it like I am with The Sims. So, yeah. And then I caught up on the whole story and all that, which I didn't know everything before.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Yes. I will end up buying the game at some point. Tekken 5. I hope.
I hope.
Yes,
That's what you can have.
Paying for a PS3 or 4. Woof. Cost like bundles.
Yeah.
So, so last
That's
question for Tekken before we have a break. Do you feel that there will be more Tekken games in the future?
Yes, indeed. I really do. There is supposed to be a Tekken Cross Street Fighter. there is supposed to be. That's all I know.
That's all. Okay, we'll stop the recording there and then have a breather. This has just been part 1 of my interview with Omri, and next Tuesday part 2 will be broadcasted, and we will be going back to the topic of The Sims, and we will see what Omri loves about the game. It is an interview that must not be missed. We will be covering some really important points about simming YouTube channels. Are professional Let's Plays really the right way to do things? But until next time, my name is Rachel, and this has been Online Digital with Omri.